Dome in Indianapolis with the fans. You had the game you had, which was impressive, but you also had the bench helping out with 50 points, and we just heard from two of them, Obi Toppin and T.J. McConnell. How are you guys able to do this and bounce back from Game 5?
I thought everybody just played the right way. I thought Obi came in and played with unbelievable energy. TJ's energy was amazing. Our bench's energy was just, it was flowing the whole game, honestly. And at the end of the day, the 2 games we lost in this series, they dictated the pace. And the games that we won, we dictated it. So we just knew that we were going to have to come out and be aggressive. And whether that, I think their switching kind of slowed us down in Game 5. And we didn't wait to see what they were going to do. It didn't really matter what they were going to do. We just attacked.
Tyrese, after both losses, you guys made the adjustments to have a couple of impressive wins. What did you learn about this group and being able to do that, to come back with Game 2 and then here again in Game 6?
Yeah, I think playing the right way. I thought we just played maybe a little bit too much, maybe a little too ISO heavy last game. Just, they were switching to slow us down, and it worked for them. And we weren't scoring, and that allowed them to, play slow and methodical, which, they want to play at that pace. And we just felt like today we were going to come in and dictate the pace from start to finish, and I thought we did a good job of that.
Tyrese, you mentioned TJ a little bit there. By far his biggest game of the series. Did you anticipate a game like that from him tonight?
Yeah, I knew he was going to respond because his wife Val was here, and I always tell him he plays better when Val's at the game. So he was a little down after Game 5. He didn't perform how he wanted to. And I just told him after the game, I said, hey, we're going to go home, and Val's going to be at the game, and you're going to be better. And it happened. So shout out Val. Yeah. Yeah.
I'll go again. Tyrese, could you get a sense in that third quarter going into the fourth? You guys had worn them down. Really feel like they kind of hit the wall there in the second half.
Yeah, we just knew that if we dictated pace, we'd be fine. In Game 1, at the end of the game, they were, we had our hands on our knees after the game. They were saying we were tired. So, I think we just took that. After Game 1, we came together, just felt like, we know the recipe. We understand it, and we executed it the right way.
A few times this year after a tough loss, you would say this team needs to grow up a little bit. Tonight, winning all 4 quarters in a clinching game, do you think this was kind of the description of your team growing up?
Maybe part of the growth, but we're far from growing up. I think there's still a lot for us to do. I think we just got to do a better job. I think like in Game 5, we have to understand, and a lot of us have never been in that situation, but a closeout game, teams are going to play desperate. They're going to play hard, and that's what they did in Game 5. And we felt like maybe we played a little bit more as players, we felt like we were a little more trying not to lose than to win, if that makes any sense. We had to do a better job of being more aggressive and playing harder and controlling what we can, and I thought we did a better job of that today.
3-0 at home in this series and 3 really good wins. What's the energy, the vibe here that is clearly different when you guys are home?
Yeah, we have a great crowd. They just did a good job of rallying us, keeping us engaged. I think that our crowd has been second to none all year. We've talked about that throughout this series, and our home court advantage is real. I think just because of the pace that we play at when we're at home, and guys are feeling good. I think we're a really tough team to beat. So. I think it just all goes to pace, and we usually, for some reason, you play faster when you're at home because it's just, I think it's human nature to a point. So I thought we did a good job at that.
Tyrese, what did you learn about yourself and your teammates throughout this 6-game series?
I feel like, I don't know if we necessarily learned anything that we didn't already know. I think that we just did a good job of responding when needed. After Game 1, that's a tough loss, and then after Game 5, the series could have twisted anyway coming into today, and I feel like we just responded the right way and just understanding who we are and the recipe for us to win games. Excuse me. That's just for us to control the pace, and we were able to do that.
Real quick, Beverly came over to you, and I think Miles, and he walked over to the bench. What was that moment like? Is it worth recalling?
He said, good series. Belt to ass.
Couple more, guys.
You're just talking about, just Game 5 and what that could have been. I guess you guys were, I think, 23-12 after a loss this year, and obviously in this series, 2-0. What is it about the makeup of this group that makes you guys good at taking lessons from losses and not dwelling on them and not letting 1 become 2, become 3, become 4?
I think just who we are as competitors. I think that we get irritated after losses. I think, right after the game, when we landed at whatever it was, 2:30 in the morning. Pascal sent a long text. I sent a text. Coach Carlisle sent a text. All in, one couple in our players chat, a couple in our group chat with the coaches. Just like, I think that we've kind of had that mentality all year. Who we all are as competitors. Like, usually the games after losses, like we can't wait to get to them. I think that's important for us. We just feel like we always respond, and I think part of that could just be due to us being young and hard-headed and wanting to compete. And obviously this series has been chippy. You know what I mean? That's just part of the competition of it. But we wanted to beat those guys for sure.
What were the upshots of those texts? Without, I'm sure you can't say exactly what you said, but when you send a long text to the group chat, what are some of the things you guys are saying?
I think just to be poised, keep our composure. Like, I think after game one, I think it's easy to be like, man, that was a tough loss for us, whatever. And it was, but it was like, I don't know. We felt like after game one, the momentum was with us, honestly. Like, we felt like we were fine. We knew what we had to